Hey, what's up guys? John here. Best Buy, CVS, Walgreens, Target, some of America's biggest retailers are closing down their stores because of nearly $100 billion in losses due to organized theft.
Target says that it will close 9 stores in major cities across the country, citing violence, theft, and organized retail crime.
If you look at what's happening in Los Angeles and especially San Francisco, you're seeing crime at levels in which we've never seen before.
Many tech executives have taken to social media to say that violent crime in San Francisco is horrific and the streets are unsafe.
A new survey shows that nearly half of Americans think San Francisco is an unsafe city.
But trends are showing that this is likely going to ramp up dramatically in 2024 and 2025, and it's going to push a lot of retailers and a lot of small business owners out of business. I'm going to show you what's going to happen, how this is going to play out, and what you should do now because the economy is going to change in a very, very big way. Please hit the like button. YouTube will share the content, educate more people about what's really going on. And if you want to fix your credit to position yourself for the greatest wealth transfer of all time, we'd love to help you. At my company, GreatCreditFast.com, that's GreatCreditFast.com. If you have ambitious goals for 2024 and 2025 to make a lot of money and you have bad credit now, don't let that get in the way of a bright future. Go to GreatCreditFast.com, click the link below in the description, schedule a free strategy session. We'll see how we can help you, tell you what the process would likely look like, how long we think it would likely take. You can ask any questions that you may have given your specific situation. We'd love to help you, give you some free advice. Go to GreatCreditFast.com. Take a look at this. So in 2021, retailers lost a combined $94.5 billion to shrink, a term used to describe theft. Almost $100 billion. That's absolutely insane. And we've seen on TikTok, on the news, the last year especially, crime has gotten so much worse. So this is 2021. This is at the peak of stimulus. When people had money, it was nearly $100 billion. And organized retail crime incidents soared by 26.5% in the same year, according to the 2022 National Retail Security Survey. So if you look right here, Walmart, they're shutting down 17 stores across 9 states after CEO Doug McMillon warned in December that theft was the highest it's ever been around the country and it did not slow down. Stores would have to close. And the company announced on Tuesday it would be shutting down half of its Chicago stores, mostly located in crime-ridden city south and west sides, because they are losing tens of millions of dollars every year. That is crazy. Target revealed it's lost an extraordinary $400 million in profits in November due to organized gangs and shoplifters who've been stealing merchandise from its stores. And the CFO said that the company expected retail thefts to reach $600 million by the end of the year. Now retailers have announced it is closing 4 stores in 3 cities in the coming months. Then you look Walgreens. If you've seen Walgreens in San Francisco, they're closing up everywhere. Downtown San Francisco, prime San Francisco, you're starting to see a completely different type of consumer. You're seeing a completely different type of business owner, one in which is scared to operate and run that business. Walgreens, they're closing down left, right, and center in San Fran. They've previously complained about retail shrinkage largely due to organized shoplifting last year and spent money on extra security measures, including glass panels and security guards as preventative measures. But its CFO, James McCoy, came out earlier in the year and said maybe we cried too much last year when we were hitting numbers that were 3.5% of our sales. This figure is now down 2.5%, and they're quite happy with where they are. High-profile incidents in San Francisco where thieves were filmed walking out of stores with armfuls of stolen goods while security guards stood helpless. Well, in California, they were looking to make it very, very, they said, illegal to confront them. But some people say no, that's not what they were doing. They were trying to help, the security guards, however they want to picture it and frame it. They had very, very limited recourse to prevent shoplifting, and they were trying to push bills to ensure that shoplifting likely would not slow down anytime soon. Walgreens, you look at Macy's, shopping mall staple. Macy's is closing 4 stores in the first quarter of 2023, with malls in California, Colorado, Hawaii, and Maryland losing out. The closures are part of Macy's 3-year plan to close 125 locations and increase in organized retail crime cuts the profits in the business. But the big question is, When you have $2 trillion in corporate debt that has to get refinanced next year, meaning all these corporations have to take their interest rate on all their loans from where they were in 2020 and 2021, these record low interest rates, and refinance at today's levels, that means layoffs. That means big layoffs. So these companies are going to naturally want to close stores anyway, and they're going to have to naturally lay off employees. And when you have more and more people that are pushed into financial hardship, what's ultimately going to happen? People are going to do things they otherwise wouldn't do. And where are a lot of these people going to be located? Where most people are, in big cities, right? So if you have massive job loss that's happening in these big cities, you can ensure that there's likely going to be a big wave of crime coming. I mean, look at this. I've seen so many things in Beverly Hills and in prime areas in LA where 15, 20 people run into a Nordstrom and just jack everything, or they'll go into a jewelry store and smash out the windows and take luxury watches and jewelry and rings and necklaces. I mean, you think about this. These criminals, they could potentially go in there and take $50,000, $100,000, $500,000 worth of goods, and there's a very good chance they'll get away with it, and it will be life-changing for them. I mean, when you think about this, many of these criminals don't have any other alternative to making that type of money. Right, so they'll just go in there, a couple of their buddies, and basically everything's for free. Best Buy CEO, he said that they have a problem with theft as stores back in November 2021. The big box retailer sells very high-value gadgets, including computers, TVs, and phones. Many are smaller in size but high in value, making them prime targets for shoplifters. And they said organized retail groups would steal entire shelves of high-value products and electronics to resell them at discounted prices. This is traumatizing for our associates. We're doing everything we can to create a safe possible environment. Bed Bath & Beyond, their troubles extend beyond shoplifting, with ailing retailers set to close hundreds of stores as demand for its homeware evaporates. The retailer, which once owned more than 1,500 stores across America, has identified at least 416 of its U.S. stores for closures. But you have to ask yourself, where is this actually going, right? Where is this going? I'm going to tell you where I think this is going to go. It's not going to happen overnight, but this is what I think is actually going to happen. I believe if you've seen some of these Amazon stores where you have to check in with your phone to be able to get through the front, that's what I think is ultimately going to happen for a lot of these stores with like digital IDs. I think there's going to be a very big trend. And it's not going to happen yet because I don't think a lot of Americans are going to go for it just yet. I don't think a lot of business owners are going to have a reason just yet. They're getting concerned, they're getting scared, but they're not getting desperate. When real desperation kicks in and we start to move into this type of environment with digital IDs, I mean, this is happening all over the place. April 6th, U.S. digital identity passes through the Senate, right? So digital ID, this is TSA, right, Transportation Security Administration. They're already talking about digital driver's licenses and things like that, digital identity cards. This has all been happening the last year or so. So this is what I think is going to happen. 2020, probably 2025, 2026, if I had to put a number on it. We're going to start to see a lot of people being forced to use digital IDs. That's what I think is going to happen. I think it's going to be a game changer for shopping. I think it's going to be a game changer for stores. I think it's going to be a game changer for America. And I think it's happening a lot faster than people realize. Because if we look at what's happened just in the last 4 years, I mean, all of this massive change that started in 2020, in 5 months, 6 months, that'll mark a 4-year anniversary. So you're talking 2 years from now, potentially. And I really do think that this is going to happen. I don't think this is just going to be something that's going to be, it's going to come and it's going to go. I think that people are going to actually accept this. And I think people are going to love the idea of having things on their phone. Maybe not you, but the general public, right? The general public. If you look at how quick people adopt things, this is what I think is going to happen. I think a universal basic income associated with the digital ID is very likely going to be the case. Because if you look at where, for example, universal basic income, in 2021, it was like 7 states that were doing like pilot programs for UBI. Now there's 21 states. So it's skyrocketing, absolutely skyrocketing. And you think about where inflation is going right now. You look at where the cost of living is going. A universal basic income is in the future, especially with you have AI and artificial intelligence and technology and all these job losses that are going to be coming, $2 trillion in corporate debt that has to get refinanced, $1.5 trillion of commercial real estate that has to get refied next year, $2.7 trillion has to get refied by 2027. You look at where we're headed as a country, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. Digital ID, universal basic income, couple years from now. It's not going to happen immediately, but I do think we're in the greatest wealth transfer of all time now. And so if you are looking at what's going on and you're kind of concerned, just know that if you make really, really smart decisions from now until then, you'll be able to put yourself into a position to have more options. Money equals options. Right now, you're seeing a lot of brick and mortar stores changing the way in which they're doing business. There's a lot of opportunity online. There's a lot of opportunity to make a lot of money. You just have to do your research and find the way in which you can supply the most value to your audience and help people. But the world's changing. It's changing very, very quickly, and smart people are looking at this change, asking themselves, how can I use this change for my benefit to help my family, help the American people, help everyone win, right? That's what's happening. What do you think about this entire situation? Drop below, hit the like button, add me on IG, and if you want to fix your credit, we'd love to help you. We'd love to help you at my company, GreatCreditFast.com. That's GreatCreditFast.com. If you want to take advantage of the greatest wealth transfer of all time and you need access to business credit, or you want to buy distressed real estate, maybe buy a vehicle, but your credit isn't where it should be, go to GreatCreditFast.com to position yourself for massive success in 2024. Go there today at GreatCreditFast.com, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.